The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy. Them unu anointed I head with unu oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja kadamawe gromabe ya tela exact beer tanaista lena ba shante 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 shante. Where two and three meet in the name of the Most High Jah. And that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I say unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa, Negusto, Daniel Ama, Komaya Sataya. How Mausobo Lisa, I don't know what to, it was a sickly affair. How Mausobo Lisa, Akpe, Kaka. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous, super nutritious coming your way. Yes, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, and even aromas and flavors. Put aside all their differences, relocate into the black pot, be subjected to some amount of heating, and they produce what is known as food. Now, the food does not even benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients. It benefits us. We are those who eat the food, not the black pot, not even the ingredients. Yet every time, that collaborative effort, that radical collaborative effort between the black pot and the ingredients would continue. This is something we must uphold in high esteem. Selflessness. In our world today, everybody's thinking about what they will get from a certain kind of venture. Now, if it does not seek to benefit us immediately, then it's worthless. Nobody ventures into that kind of arena. Now, look around the world, you would also realize that people are becoming overly selfish. Selfishness is the order of the day. That is why we must take this lesson of the collaboration between the black pot and the ingredients very seriously. Now, the black pot represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients represent us as a people. Now, we must all come together on the continent of Africa, interplay, and think about the next generation by producing something that will benefit them, even if it does not benefit us immediately. We are a generation of pepper producers, a generation of maize producers, a generation of onion producers. We are not interested in producing oranges, in producing mangoes, in producing pawpaw. All we are interested in is the pepper, the maize, the onion, the tomato. One season crops so we can harvest quickly, eat quickly, sleep quickly, die quickly, be buried quickly, and be forgotten easily. We don't think about the next generation. That is why we are bringing onto your table generational thinking. Now, this program is simply talking about the rewiring of the mindset of our people. Now, if the mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. That is why we call it the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and that represents the continent of Africa. We are live on Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. Oh, we are super live on Black Empire TV, our own TV. And we want to tell you that please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button so that anytime we come live, you will be the very first to see us. Our name is Black Empire TV. Black Empire Media is our YouTube channel. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and we are supported by isit. Now, when we talk about isit, ISIT, it simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, if you're tired of social media's negativity, all the violence, all the nakedness, all the racism, then isit is the app for you. It's a new app modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. And that is what everybody's talking about right now. They've built powerful algorithms that will sap out and remove every kind of negativity before it even comes out. So your children can even be part of this. Yes, no racism, no violence, no negativity. That is why we call it isit, in spirit, in truth. Please download that from App Store and Google Play. It's for free. You can go live. You can make video and audio calls. Oh, connect with family and friends and make memories. Oh, sell your brand, sell yourself, tell your own story, meet other positive-minded people, uplift yourself and your business and your brand. That is why isit is here. This is the app that sounds like us as a people. Download that from App Store and Google Play. And I am on isit. Are you on isit? Now, isit has been giving out money. So much money to people on isit. Oh, have you had yours? Make sure you are on isit and it's for free. Mother's Day, we gave so much money out. All the way from the US of A. Everybody had $150 American. What is the next thing coming up? Is to encourage you to latch on to that network. Oh, to that app. Oh, to that space. Oh, to that world that represents you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, today we have a number of issues we want to look at. But remember, our numbers are scrolling on the screens. We want to do business with you. We got a lot of messages from Zambia, oh, from Uganda, and even from Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Kenya, so many countries in Africa. We love to hear from you. We love to also do business with you. The more the black businesses prosper, the more we prosper. You see, in life, it is good to be happy, but it is better to make people happy, which will give you happiness. Should I say it again? In life, it is good to be happy, but it is better to make people happy, through which you would also be happy. Or better still, it is better to derive your happiness from making people happy. Hallelujah. I don't know how many people are with me. I don't know how many people are in my space. I don't know how many people are connected to me spiritually. Listen to it again. In life, it is good to be happy, but it is better to derive your happiness from making people happy. So my happiness is in making people happy. My happiness is in serving people. How many people get it? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. We don't personalize issues. It's an issues-based conversation. Yes, but if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy, because we are in the service of God and country. This is the pot that is black. Number one, watch what we have for you today. Rising like a column of mercury on heat. Watch this. Seun Kuti slaps Nigerian policeman. Jesus have mercy. Now, when you look at this photograph, it reminds you of only one person in the world, and that is Fela Kuti, the father of Afrobeat. He loved Afrobeat so much so that he didn't want to hear of any other African genre. Fela came all the way to Ghana to to learn and to study two things: Pan-Africanism and high life. Watch out for his book called Fela, the Bitch of Life. Bitch, B-I-T-C-H, the Bitch of Life, and read it. He will tell you his experiences in Ghana, playing with high life bands and getting to understand high life music more. He referred to Ghana in that book as the land of Pan-Africanism. Fela was a prophet. In fact, God gave him music. He gave Africa music. Fela himself was a powerful Pan-Africanist. And Fela invented what is known as Afrobeat. Even though in the past we have had people like Sir Orlando and some other people come out and say that no, Fela did not invent African Afrobeats music, but he did. And some other people said they had a hand in it. But the world credits the great Fela Kuti for the very beautiful invention of Afrobeat. Today, it is called Afrobeats. And that's the book. Fela, this Bitch of a Life. Oh my God. You need to check that book out. He's written so much about himself. And when you check the book, you'll get to understand his connection with Ghana. No wonder Fela sang a song in Tree. An album that he released in the 70s. He has a song on it called Fem Fen Fe. The beauty of a woman. He sang it in Tree. Why are we talking about Fela so much? Now, anything that is associated with Fela musically is a success. Fela had a number of sons. He had a number of wives. At the time, he had over 70 wives. Fela was a man who smoked a lot of Igbo, aka Ntampi, Gegbekwi, marijuana, ganja. Fela was the man who was shrouded in so much controversy. At the same time, Fela was a man who was rumored to be overly powerful when it came to black magic and some other such things. So the controversy was shrouded, a lot of it, but the little that came out was even too big for some people to carry. Fela was a controversial human being. Fortunately or unfortunately, two of his sons are so much into music, the same Afrobeat that their father created. One of them is Seun Kuti. Seun. The full name is Olawo Seun. God is doing something. That's the meaning of that. Olawo Seun. God is doing something. Seun alone means do something. Now, controversial as Fela was, his two sons who are in serious Afrobeat music are not controversial. Why are we now seeing some controversy? What is the controversy? Watch this. You see that? You see what's happening there? Can you see a policeman standing there? Can you see a man in red? Can you see him raising his hand? Can you see him shouting at the policeman? Can you see him so close to the policeman? And what can you observe? Can you see a car there? You see a black car, right? And can you also see the posture of the policeman? What does it tell you? Oh, I know who this man is. I'm full of respect for this man. But why is this man shouting at me? Can I give you the details of these photographs? Watch this. Now, the photo you see there is a photo of a member of the P-Squared band, right? And this is Peter. And this is P-Squared. They are twins. One of them is speaking. This one is called Peter. He's the one without the dreadlocks. Oh, gosh. Police reply Peter P-Square's comment. Run it. The Lagos State Police Command on Sunday reacted to the comment by music star Peter Okoye, P-Square, on Seun Kuti's conduct. Now, the son of the legendary Fela Kuti slapped a police officer on Saturday after his vehicle was stopped on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. The Inspector General of Police, Osman Baba, condemned the assault and ordered the arrest and prosecution of the Afrobeat star. On Twitter, Peter described the incident as unfortunate, saying reports suggest Seun's family was in danger, hence the altercation. When you understand what happens when a man is put in a situation to protect his family from any form of danger, our emotions get the better of us. I ask and plead that the Nigerian police force accept our unreserved apologies for the unfortunate outburst and temper justice with mercy, he tweeted. In response, Police Public Relations Officer SP Benjamin Hundeyin advised the artist to do the same and face the consequence. What did he say? Come here. This is what the PR wrote. Whenever you feel an unarmed lone police officer put your family in danger, God forbids it, go ahead and slap the officer. Do you get a cheek? Do it in Nigeria and the USA, where you visit often. I am certain eminent Nigerians will bring up this argument of yours in your defense. Hundeyin wrote. That's a cheek he told him. You know what that means? So Peter comes out to say, oh, you know what? Seun had to defend his family. In fact, when you realize that you have to defend your family because you are pushed to the wall, sometimes you would get angry and do things like what Seun did. And the PRO said, is that what you're saying? Do you remember that the policeman was not armed? 2, do you know that the policeman was alone, fighting for you at the time that Boko Haram is killing all these policemen and policewomen on the street? This is a lone policeman standing, no weapon. But he's still on duty to protect you. Why would you be angry with a policeman like that who is not wielding any weapon? You slap him, the policeman did not raise a hand. You shouted at him and insulted him. He didn't say a word. He was just standing in front of you. You assaulted him and drove away. As you can see in the photos. Look at Seun standing there, very mad and angry, slapping the policeman. And all Peter can say is that he was pushed to the wall. Could you go into detail? Did the policeman extort money from him? Did the policeman slap him? Did the policeman see that somebody in the car was sick and intentionally decided to stop the car? We need to know the details. In the interim, the Nigerian IGP has asked for Seun Kuti to be arrested and be prosecuted. We are told that today he might just walk to the police and give himself in, or else there will be a warrant for his arrest. Come here. Sometimes I wonder why some of us attack the people who are supposed to be protecting us. The police is supposed to be protecting us. I know Nigerian police is one of the most useless police in the world. I know. Nigerian police is one of the most useless police in the world. I have been to Nigeria several times, and Nigerian police are behaving like cats which have been thrown around to go and fish for food. Instead of protecting the master against rats, the Nigerian police is rather busily scavenging like rats on the rubbish dump for bones of fish and the rest. It's so disgraceful. When you are entering Nigeria at the Seme border alone, you want to think that the Nigerian police only trains thieves and not police. At the Seme border, fellow Nigerians even coming into Nigeria, they ask them to settle. And that is settle. To settle. Say settle. The Nigerian accent. Settle. Settle. It means pay. Okay, I have all my papers. Hey, the papers you go chop. Settle. Look, you can have all your papers and all your documents from heaven. Let God himself drive you to the Seme border. they will pack God and all his angels and come over to you and ask you to settle. Like people who have no brains. How can you call yourself independent yet you are behaving like demons? How can the nation grow yet you are the most populous country in Africa? You have all the oil. You have all the riches. Yet your police people who are supposed to be protecting the indigents, they are rather scavenging and running around like people who have no brains. But that is not an excuse to slap a policeman. Nigerian police, I don't know, they have over 6 million different types of police. In fact, I should even say 1 trillion. From here, you are going to drugs. These police people are the people who deal with drugs. From there, oh, these are the people who deal with arms and ammunition. Oh, these are the people who deal with fire extinguishers. Oh, these are the people who check the food in your boot. Oh, these are the people who check to see that you are healthy enough to drive. Oh, just like that, one border, you will settle and settle and settle and settle and settle, no matter how correct your documents are. If you agree with me, put a finger. If you have been to Nigeria before through their borders and you have gone through this, put up a finger. It's terrible. One time somebody even told me, oh yes, but that's what also happens in Ghana. So what? If it happens in Ghana, you must also do it. Is that the right thing? Let's be reasonable. To Seun Kuti, by now you should be apologizing to the police. By now, you should be running to the police and crying. You are a gentleman. Your music is respected. By slapping the police, do you know that they can clamp down your music in serious countries in the world? Do you know that? Are you aware that a lone unarmed policeman on duty, because he stopped you, you get out of your car and start dishing out slaps? What right do you have to do that? Oh yes, maybe you are inflamed somewhere. This is the time to tell the world what happened to you. What altered your mental thinking. And you did this and you asked for apology. It could happen to anybody rather than still hiding around and not. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. In the interim, Nigerian police, respect yourself. Nigerian police, respect yourselves. And stop the nonsense. You have a beautiful country, yet the country is like a country of thieves. Everybody there is looking for a way of stealing from the other person. Who created you? The demon, Satan, or who? And this is one of the most religious countries in the world. You are soon going to see that Nigeria has more Muslims than even in Saudi Arabia. Nigeria is one country in Africa that has the most Muslims. How about Christians? Nigeria is also that country that has more Christians in that country than any other African country. So Muslims is Nigeria. Christians is Nigeria. Why? Why the stealing? Or does religion make us steal? Does religion make us steal? I just want to know. To God be the glory. When we return, we'll have more. In the interim, Seun, please do the needful. Apologize to the police. Tell the police that under no circumstances should you have raised your hand. Today, if the policeman had shot you, it would have been news all over that the policeman is what trigger happy. Yet he stood in front of you and took slaps from you and insults. Why? He doesn't have a heart in him. He doesn't have emotions. Apologize to the police. Pay some compensation to the police. And let the world go on. This is the Blakk Pot. Next story. Come here. Mahama retained as Ndc Flagbearer as DUFFOUR steps aside. The NDC is the biggest political party in opposition in Ghana. It's one of the political parties with the most numbers. The NDC has enjoyed power in Ghana more than any other political party. The NDC was founded by Jerry John Rawlings and his cohorts. In fact, in the days of the so-called revolution, Jerry John Rawlings visited Ghanaians with terror. People were killed. Some got lost. He never paid for it. He was a murderous man, so bloody, who repented later because of pressure and introduced, or better still, reintroduced democracy to us. Remember, Kwame Nkrumah was the champion of democracy. And then, when Rawlings came, he said he was following the line of Kwame Nkrumah, even though he was not truly an Nkrumahist. Because he has said time and again that Nkrumah only gave us an independence of a national anthem and a national pledge. Nothing more. It will take an ignoramus or somebody who does not value good things to be saying things like this. Look at the infrastructure Nkrumah gave us. Look at the consciousness Nkrumah gave us. Today, Rawlings is dead. He's gone. Nkrumah is dead. Is he gone? How many people would come to Africa because of Kwame Nkrumah? How many people would come to Africa because of Jerry John Rawlings? So Nkrumah did not only give us an independence of a national anthem and a flag. No. Or else, many people around the world, in the world of Pan-Africanism, would never have upheld the image of Kwame Nkrumah this high. Mahama retained as NDC Flagbearer as DUFFOUR steps aside. This is former President John Dramani Mahama. He's the luckiest politician the world has ever seen. This man here, in fact, was praying to be an assemblyman. He became one. He became an MP. From an MP, he was so satisfied with that. In fact, he was even his party's communication officer. And so many people loved him because he would speak so coolly, nicely. Oh, this man here. His father was also a politician. Chief Mahama himself was a politician that so many people knew. And he talked about his father in his book, My First Coup d'Etat. Today we are not talking about Mahama's past. We are looking at how lucky he has become. The luckiest politician in the world. From aspiring to be an assemblyman, rising all the way to becoming an MP. From an MP, he rose all the way, straight, boom, to becoming what? Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Vice President. John Evans Atta Mills, after he weaned himself off Jerry John Rawlings, saying that Jerry John Rawlings wanted to turn him into a cartoon character. In fact, and be able to bamboozle him around. He cut away links with Rawlings, even though Rawlings was the one who brought him into politics and even made him his vice president. He also told Rawlings, the same way you were able to handpick me, cherry pick me, and make me your vice president, I think I deserve that honor. But Rawlings said no. Rawlings wanted to choose a vice president or a running mate for him. Atta Mills refused it. And that started the big feud between Atta Mills and Jerry John Rawlings up to the time Atta Mills died. And even up to the time Rawlings died. In fact, that fracas was unresolved. Atta Mills decided to pick up Mahama, I beg your pardon, as his running mate. And they won. They won. Oh yes, they won. So Mahama became the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Somebody who was aspiring to be an assemblyman. Then boom, in the middle of Atta Mills' second tenure of office, he died. In fact, that was even the very beginning. He died. And boom, Mahama became president. Somebody that the party was even not thinking about making a minister of state. So the grace has been on this man. But after his first tenure of office, he couldn't make it again. He was thrown away. There was so much corruption in his government. So much corruption. Stealing left, right, and center. Family and friends. We all got fed up with him and kicked him out and replaced him with an older man. Because we believe that there's wisdom in old age. Little did we know that idiots also become old. So we chose this man, very arrogant old man who has no respect for the people of Ghana. This arrogant old man who would never listen to anybody. This was the man we chose after he told us a barrage of lies. This man sitting here. He's called Nana Akufo-Addo. He has messed up this country. He's the most useless president this country has ever had. And as our children are growing, we will continue to tell this history. They will get to know that the most useless president this country has ever had is this man here. Bedeviled this country with debt, running to the IMF and the World Bank begging. And now, the nation is in tatters. All he can give us is grammar. The man, the young grammar. My brother, the NDC went for elections and Mahama won. They retained him. But before the elections, his hottest competitor was this man, DUFFOUR. This is an 80-year-old man. Do not be deceived by the non-white in the hair. He's been using yombo or what is called hair dye. He doesn't like gray. Like some of us who even at 48, we are already getting gray. He has painted all his hair black. He's 80 years. That's him. So this man also was going for the elections and complained that, oh, the voters register was fraught with so much, controversies, and therefore those irregularities had to be dealt with. And boom, the party promised to do it. According to him, the party did not do it, so he withdrew. But Mahama won 98 point something percent, as you can see there. John Mahama elected Ndc Flagbearer with 98.9% of valid votes. Easy. Watch it. The opposition National Democratic Congress has elected former President John Dramani Mahama as its flag bearer for the 2024 presidential election. In a landslide victory, the former president polled 297,603. That's 98.9% against his contender Kojo Bodsu, who polled 3,181, that's 1.1%. In the election held on Saturday, May 13, 2022, the Electoral Commission's returning officer made a declaration in the wee hours of May 14, 2023. John Dramani Mahama became president of Ghana ahead of the 2012 general election after succeeding his boss, John Evans Atta Mills, following his demise. Dash it away. So Mahama is going to be leading his party into the elections. Many are those who believe that he's going to win hands down, because Nana Akufo-Addo's government that we thought was going to do something good is a joke government, is a traitor government, and nothing is happening for the country. So everybody is tired. Now, before Mahama won, DUFFOUR and his camp were alleged to be going around spreading information that Mahama was a drunkard and that the nation did not deserve a drunk president. Now Mahama has won. They are the people of the same party overwhelmingly. Are they going to support Mahama to win, or they would rather send him to the rehab? I'm asking. The same party, members of the party said they have a drunk who wanted to be a flag bearer. And therefore, the nation did not deserve a drunk. Were they serious? Should they be given some credibility? If yes, then are they going to support the drunk to win the next election, or they will take him to the rehab? If no, they did not deserve any credibility, then why did they lie? Do people lie to win elections? Food for thought. Food for thought. Hey, NDC, DUFFOUR, are you going to support the drunk to win the election? Or you would advocate and suggest and subscribe that they take him to the rehab? You see, when you are competing, you have to look at the bigger picture. If Mahama is truly a drunk, stand by your words and make sure that you take him to the rehab. If he doesn't get well before the elections, replace him. The nation does not deserve a drunk as president. Better a drunk than a thief, though. I don't know how many people are following. If Mahama is truly a drunk, his place is the rehab, not the presidency. When you are campaigning, be careful what you say. If you are supposed to be given some credibility, then you have to be serious. Well, Mahama has been retained, and I say congratulations. Some people are still fighting left, right, and center. The campaign is over. It's time now to come together as one party and try to win elections. After all, that's all you people are looking for. To win elections and do nothing for the people. Mahama has sworn that he's going to do a lot. He's going to investigate stolen lands, including Ghana lands. He's going to make sure that corrupt leaders go to jail or pay for that. This is not the first time they are saying this. The moment they win the elections, they forget whatever it is. They bask in the glory of winning the election. True? Look, what didn't Nana Addo say before he became president? Today, he is the begging president we have. Most useless. If any president can be as useless as Nana Akufo-Addo, then he will be Satan himself. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonum, where we speak truth to power. So that quote is actually for Mahama. That quote is for Mahama. What you did in the past, that got Ghanaians angry and they kicked you out, it's time to redeem yourself. This is the Black Pot, and remember, we are supported by isit. And isit simply means in spirit, in truth. Oh yes, in spirit, in truth. Connect with family and friends. And of course, go live. You can make video and audio calls. Tell your story. This is a positive social media app. If you're tired with other social media apps where negativity is the order of the day, this one is isit, I-S-I-T, in spirit, in truth. And it's built by Ghanaians, Ghanaian engineers in America. And they have made sure that isit is clean. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. Brics, real intense threat to US dollar. This is Brics. In fact, 5 countries came together. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And their leaders came together hand in hand to dethrone the American dollar. Coup d'etat. They believe that the American dollar has been weaponized, that the American dollar has enjoyed too much monopoly. And this was sparked up by the Russian war. And now, BRICS nations threaten US dollars with new common currency. Wow. So you see the sign on top. What's that? The US dollar, right? And it's declining, it's falling down. So there's going to be a new currency. And that new currency is supposed to be able to stand against the American dollar. Now, if BRICS works out, it means soon your American dollar will be worthless. Hey, I can't wait to see that time. But look at the new thing that is coming up. BRICS seems to be gathering more and more support. And this was published on the 13th of May. It says 30 countries now ready to accept BRICS currency. Oh my God. 30 countries of the world. A growing number of countries are showing interest in joining the BRICS alliance and accepting the new currency. BRICS could soon become BRICS Plus. As the South African ambassador Anil Suklal hinted that the alliance could expand this year. Come here. Watch this. The decision to allow other countries to join the bloc could be taken at the next summit in August in South Africa. Suklal confirmed that more than a dozen countries have formally and informally applied to join BRICS, according to Bloomberg. Wow. Wow. The alliance could become stronger after expansion, as their GDPs could race ahead of the US and other Western powers. This could put the dollar and the euro on the back foot, as developing nations might end reliance on the USD, that's the US dollar. Therefore, BRICS stands in a better position to usher in a new global financial order than at any time before. According to the last report, that's the latest report, 25 countries are ready to join BRICS. And if 25 countries join, it means there will be 30 in number. Which are the countries? The countries that have shown interest in joining the BRICS alliance are Afghanistan, Algeria, Argentina, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Sudan, Syria, the United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Tunisia, Turkey, Uruguay, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. Ghana is not there, and I'm not surprised. Come here. Ghana is knocking at the door of the IMF. Ghana is an American puppet. Remember, the president ran to America, begging the American people to come over here and stop Burkina Faso and Wagner from infiltrating our country, right? America is a beautiful country. I love America. We cannot forget what America did to this country called Ghana. They toppled our very first president, one of the best Africa ever saw, Kwame Nkrumah. America is not a charity country. America is looking at America and Americans. No wonder Trump told you point blank, America first. So any country that is looking up to America to help it rise is only living in a fool's paradise. America would never leave Americans and come helping you. It's not possible. America must be satisfied before you get crumbs from off the table. Now, with the falling of the dollar, it will open the chance for other countries to see their potential. It will open chances and opportunities for so many different countries in the world. I pray that nothing untoward happens. Dash. Next story. But, watch this. Let me tell you something small. The danger with the Brics thing is, will they be able to really put a finger on one currency? If they agree on one currency, which currency is it going to be? Is it going to be a new currency as they're talking about? Or is going to be a currency from one of these countries? Can they stand by that currency? The best is to have a fresh currency. Fresh. And all the nations involved must support it with all its reserves. Selflessly. If one country decides to pull out, it's going to open the chance for another country to want to pull out. And it will be disastrous. This might just be that opportunity that the world has been waiting for. To see some kind of neutrality and fairness in the game of economics. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blakk Pot, Kukushonomo.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Africa is overly religious, yet overly corrupt. It's a paradox. Yes, I mean, once the continent is so religious, it's supposed to be the other way around. People should be adhering to the tenets of their religion. But no. They only adhere to the tenets of their religion in the mosque and in the church. Once they leave those places, they are demons. This is sad. Religion has lost it. This is the pot, not just any other pot, but the pot that is black. Next story. Now the next story we are looking at is rolling on your screen. And what does it say? Cash spraying at Ndc primaries. Come here. So we saw a woman, in fact, in a vehicle, open top vehicle, throwing money. This pretty woman. Her name is Juliana. Yes, K. Wasan Juliana Ejura Sechidumase. The time to build. She's a pretty woman. She got into the bus, or better still, the car with the open top, and was spraying money. Look at it. You see her? See her head there? She's throwing money like pepper. When Homo comes to Accra and see how Gamanche, Lenche himself, throwing pepper. This is it. Pepper. I'm sure if Gamanche himself was there, he would forget about his pepper and run after this money. It's sad. Look at the money. Flying like balloons. Look at the money. Flying like winged termites after the rain. That is what the woman did. Ndc primaries. Cash spraying aspirant. Loses at Ejura. Sechredumase. Places fourth. After spraying all this money. Look at the picture. I like this picture. It looks like some angel is coming from the skies and is throwing manna. She herself wearing white. She had been told by the fetish priest that, oh, wear white, you are going to win. Spray money. She sprayed money. And look at it. She came fourth, not even second. I am glad that the office of the special prosecutor has invited this woman for questioning. What kind of disrespectful behavior is this? You see, it's interesting. When you do this in America, not many people would pick this money. They will see it as disrespectful. If you are a tourist and you are coming into Ghana, the American books, guidebooks on tourism will tell you that it is disrespectful to throw money at beggars. And that don't give them money using your left hand. Read those tourist guides from America, England, and the rest. Same way when you go to America and throw money like this, nobody would pick, but in our country we will. One, we are so poor. And two, our culture actually embraces this. How many people are on stage dancing, and people go and spray money on them? How many people feel that they are rich, and for that matter, when they go into areas where meetings are held, when they go into the public, they spray money. Our culture accepts it. So when you see a politician like this doing this, don't only blame her. Blame the culture that has the spraying of money too around. To show you are rich, you spray money. We see some of our musicians throwing money. We saw Nam1 throwing money. And people were running after it. How different is Nam1's throwing money from this? How different is Shatawale's throwing money from this? But that is not a problem. Nam1 throws money when he's in the public, throws money, people are coming. Dangote throws money, hey, people like it. Kennedy Japan throws money, hey, people like it. But this is a problem. Why? You know why? Because over here, they would have to compete for votes. And when you are seen giving money out, you are buying votes or trying to bribe people, and if I look down on their conscience, that is why it is insulting and so disrespectful. That's the difference. A cash-spraying parliamentary aspirant of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, for Ejura Sechiriduma say constituency, Juliana Kenan Wasan, has lost the election. Ms. Wasan stormed the voting grounds at the Ahmadiyya School Park on Saturday, May 13, 2023, during the NDC primaries and started spraying cash to delegates from the roof of a car. The delegates were those who were supposed to vote. So like throwing money at voters. She showered money on delegates. Yes, in the full glare of the security officials and her opponent, the current MP Mohammed Bawa Brema, who was retained at the end of the polls to lead the NDC in the election 2024, won. Dash. Oh, bring it back. She explained why she sprayed the money. I just saw it. You know what he did? She was quizzed about her intent before the polls. That was when she was quizzed. She told a reporter that she realized she had the money in her car and decided to share it. What a silly woman. No common sense. You have the money. Don't you have orphans in your village? Your family, are they all rich? A woman like this, you'll be shocked that in her family, there are orphans. There are people who are suffering from koshoko. But no, you are giving it to delegates to vote for you. I will not speak like that. Because this is a woman. If this was a man, I would have gone all out. But the office of the special prosecutor has asked and demanded that this woman be brought to book. And she's been sent there for investigation. Please, I know you do your work. This is the Blakk Force, a.k.a. Koko Shodomu. And here we speak truth to power. Next story. This is the last story. MP ABF Husseini dies at SAGNARIGU market at 67. Subhanallah. Walhamdulillah. Wala ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamdu. What? 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 You see this man here? I respect him a lot. When Muslims die, the chant that you heard me, chant, that's what you hear. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It's God who gives and it's God who takes. You use it for only people who are dead. We'll soon get to understand why we are using dead for this great man. I grew up admiring this man. In Tamale, he was the regional minister, right? Hey, very powerful man. Interestingly, he went to my secondary school too. T.I. Amade Secondary School, Kumasi. But he finished long before my grandfather was even born. That's his dossier. He was born on the 2nd of February in 1956 in the Gold Coast. A journalist. A member of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana. Oh, next page. Watch it. He's a Muslim. He's married with 4 children. And his early life, he was born in Tamale, right? He had his secondary education at Yendi Secondary School and T.I. Ahmadiyya Senior Secondary School. At that time, T.I. Ahmadiyya Secondary School, Kumasi. He had his first degree at the University of Ghana, after which he entered the Essex University in the UK and obtained a master's degree in human rights in 1993. He also holds a postgraduate diploma from the International Institute of Journalism in Berlin. FUSEINI is a member of the NDC. In 2012, he contested for the SAGNARIGU seat on the ticket of the NDC as the 6th Parliament of the 6th Republic and won. And look at the interesting things about him. He was an editor, a 9th editor of the Graphic. And he wrote such rich vocabulary. Powerful Pan-Africanist, very deep in his thoughts. I admire that about him. He's a man full of proverbs. When he speaks, not 2 sentences will be stringed without a proverb. This is ABF Husseini for you. The day a monkey is destined to die, all trees become slippery. If a thief kisses you, don't forget to count your teeth. ABF Husseini. The town that you have reached, and there you see people beating the chief. Do you still have to ask if there is peace there? Alhaji ABF Husseini. When a man dies in the market, there's no need announcing his death. Leave it there. So you see where we got our topic from? He died in the marketplace. We don't really need to announce his funeral or his death. When a man dies in the market, there's no need announcing his death. More proverbs. This is a king of proverbs. In fact, when you see someone selling his pregnant goat, it means there's trouble at home. Why? This is a pregnant goat. Allow it to give birth. Why do you sell a pregnant goat? When the weather is cold, every woman is beautiful. ABF Husseini. Powerful man. You see a woman or babia hofe. Hey. That's when you see men on the street. Hey, honey, oh, you're so beautiful. When you know that they are not. ABF Husseini is gone. And it hurts me. But you know why I am not too sad? I am so sad that he's not going to be in parliament again. But at the same time, I'm happy for him. Maybe he should have left. He's been there for 12 years. He should have left at the time the applause was the loudest. The person who beat him is a brand new person. And he beat him by how many votes? By how many votes? It's sad. Run the story. It's sad. He lost heavily. Next page. He lost. Basa, 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 basa. And when you look at the story, he is just thanking so many different people and saying that they've done well. In fact, he lost. The man beat him by over 200% of the votes. 200. He beat him by more than 5,000 votes. And when you look at the story, you realize that the people were actually fed up with my Proverbs Alhaji. The way our politics is so dirty. For all you know, this Alhaji, every day, people would go and line up in front of his house in SAGNARIGU. The border biale chatting you coco. Mpama la pua. Kandika na atma biala kanza tokoti. We iyan dangla amlia pai. Kandika na ada butma kanchanti kwaragin suna. Things like that. The MP is not your money box. The Minister of State is not your money box. They are supposed to work for you. You employ them. Maybe they did that to Alhaji 4 children. It's not easy. Alhaji couldn't give them. Somebody came and gave them something. And they decided that I can't. Lala Alhaji ma go to Lumbala. Go to Luele. Tibble voted to Tim Kodbeka Busa. Kai. But another thing that might have made Alhaji lose. Do you all remember? Do you remember? Do you remember last week? 2 guys went to a radio station and manhandled a radio presenter in the name of Alhaji. They want the radio presenter. Never ever mention Alhaji's name again. You know when my people speak, they speak like the guns. Says, open your mouth. I will hit your mouth and remove all your teeth. Kucha kuno. You all saw that video, right? I wish we could play back that video. Is the video far away? Look, the man's hand was like this. Kucha kuno. Ajurampa. In Tamale, they call it ajurampa. That is gaga ni gaga. It means I'm ready to hit you. Jujunkwa. If I hit you. And when you watch that video, the man painted his hand white. Jujunkwa. Juju. They have juju to beat and kill each other. Yet they have no juju to plant corn. They have no juju to plant yam. They have no juju to be rich. All the juju they have is to kill each other. Firaku. What kind of juju is that? Aha. This is the radio presenter. Thank you for that. His program is called Dagbang Pampantua. You see the guys, they've entered. Now look at the other one lurking behind. You see his hand all white. He's painted it white. Juju is coming for action. Watch, they are pulling him off radio. They are pulling him. Aha, that's a macho man. He's pulling him out. He's pulling him. He says, why are you talking about ABF Husseini? Why are you talking about him? Aha, they now jack him up and take him towards the wall. Now see his hand. You see that Jurampa? He says, allow me, just let me hit his mouth just once and remove all his teeth. He will raise the hand again. Ah! He said, open your mouth and see. And this man looking at his painted hand, he's also from the area. He knows where the painted hand is from. Painted. You see the other hand is not painted, right? But this one is all painted. So Alhaji didn't come out to deny. He didn't come out to condemn this. Alhaji, when a man dies at the marketplace, there's no need announcing his death. Again, when the weather is cold, every woman is beautiful. The day the monkey is destined to die, all trees become slippery. I respect you. I honor you. I love you. I will miss your proverbs. I hope you return to the parliament or be given a ministerial position so we can hear more proverbs. God bless you, Alhaji. This has been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. In the interim, my name, Blakk RASTA. When we return, that will be tomorrow, we have another set of news. Hey! Wayo!